I'm really pleased that we've got Apex here. I've known you for, wow, 6 or 7 years now?
Something like that.
Yeah. And I've not seen you in these type of events that much, so I'm really pleased you're here.
We're pleased to be here.
I'll hand over to you.
Okay. And credit to Alan for inviting us. And glad we're here today. First, I'm going to go through a little bit about Apex. We were planning or hoping to be here with one of our customers, MTN in Nigeria. They weren't able to send anybody, but we'll kind of cover what we did with them in one of our projects and why we think that's successful and why it's relevant to what we're talking about today. So first, a little bit about Apex. Apex has been in business for 25 years. A few of you have known us for many of those years. We have our software installed in over 100 countries. We work with a lot of VARs and system integrators, and we've OEM'd our software to some of the biggest and the best in the business. What we do is we provide a service delivery platform, really, which is developed around our SIP application server with an ecosystem of various components with a primary focus on customer self-care and VAS. Benefits include time to market. I mean, that's a big thing I'm going to hit on today is the time to market with our service creation environment. Reliable service execution, because with our environment, you get reliability. You get 5 nines. Support for multiple environments, because we've been in business doing this for 25 years. And it's multimodal, so we work with voice, video, and messaging. Some of the customers around the world that you'll see our platforms working in, and some of the applications. The biggest application, the business we built this in and around, was Network IVR. We do things like Network Auto Attendant, voice and video conferencing, call center integration, prepaid calling, call interception, voice and video mail, outbound telemarketing, coloring back, all types of VAS consolidation, interactive text response, USSD, and so forth. So there's a lot of applications. But let's take a step back maybe and look at what the market is pushing for and what I'm hearing a little bit back and forth here. The applications and solutions designs, the APIs that we're talking about. It's coming from people or the companies we know on the internet and the over-the-top applications we see out there. But which of these companies here, does a telco really want to be, or if any of them? And what can we learn from them? I mean, one of the things when I was putting together this slide, who do I throw up there? I threw up the first ones that came to mind. I could have thrown up hundreds or thousands of internet and over-the-top services, because that's how many are out there. Because one of the things we've talked about today is the importance of failure. And a lot of companies, you'll meet the guy in the airport that says, I had WhatsApp before WhatsApp, but WhatsApp made it with their 50 people. So it's about getting it to market, and it's about going viral. And then how do you become, this? Well, we're hearing a lot about APIs. Is the answer an API? I mean, if the answer is an API, we go from something like this to something like this. It's about simplifying things. We have a lot of different APIs and technologies and standards coming from both the mobile space and the internet space, and we need to consolidate them. And the goal should be not to create something which looks like a new API, but to combine these technologies faster, easier, and smarter. And maybe an API looks something like this. A simple website where, this is something we'll go into a little bit more detail later, but a simple website where an enterprise customer can manage their own application. So what Apex is doing and what we're talking about today is, we put solutions on a mobile network which can be customized and administered by end user enterprise customers. Things like customer control, customer self-provisioning, utilizing and scripting via a website like we saw there. So And where we see this really important as well is in developing economies. You go and get into markets such as Africa, any developing economy out there where they don't have fixed line infrastructure. They need to build a lot of the basic services up as they build their economy up, as they build small and medium-sized businesses up. So I'm going to take you back now, and we're going to look at the Apex Service Delivery Platform and what that is. You see basically on the top here a number of our applications, our service creation environment, and OEM&P called OmniView, and OmniVox 3D, which is our application server. And it has a lot of the core components you'd expect in a SIP application server. We have the execution, we can generate video dynamically, call routing, SIP session management, interfaces to OEM&P, and then we work with open standard media resource functions or media servers, companies like Dialogic, who's here today. So that's what we're providing as a platform. This provides a very just quick way to market and integration into these various components, and also the ability to monetize, the ability to integrate via something like Diameter or the APIs that are out there. So, and a big key to this is our service creation. So what we offer, as opposed to an XML-based service creation environment, is a GUI-based application development environment for voice, video, and data. It has application debugging and web services and all the things you need to combine all of these services. And we also have a complete OEM&P console, so configuration, management, monitoring. So you can do something like manage your media servers and manage how you're making money and how your traffic is going with dynamic dashboards. And then we have service creation with a variety of services, so things like IVR, call routing, conferencing, chat, SMPP, email, call center integration, as well as IMS and IN service creation, database integration with the databases out there, web services, scripting, Diameter, SNMP. And our service creation looks something like this. So you have, basically this is showing a video conferencing type application where we're going through creating an application. And once your application is saved, it's saved here as an XML file, but that's hidden from the people that, like me, that understand. I think the gentleman from Fring was mentioning that he was a political science major, not an engineer. I'm the same. This is something that everybody can understand, the marketing can understand, and it's easy and fast to use. I had a customer in Taiwan a while back where we showed them a demo, and the demo was exactly the same demo as they had developed for a video service. And that demo, he asked me how long it took us to create, because he had set 2 of his best engineers to work on it for 6 months. So he had 12 man months wrapped up with 2 engineers. I got my engineer on the phone. I said, hey, Mike, how long did it take you to create this? He says, well, I did it while I was at the doctor's office on my laptop. I guess about 2.5 hours. So that's the difference between a low-level service creation environment and something graphical like this. You start opening up these things. If you open up a web service, if you open up one of the icons here, you get your programming interface, which is something that engineers do understand. And you have a lot of choices. So database, LDAP, IMAP, web services, things like speech recognition, IVR, even fax, prepaid, TCP/IP, and all types of utilities for the IMS and IN networks. And what we're seeing a lot of interest in today, things for conferencing and chat, especially video conferencing. So Apex offers a complete IMS implementation, support for the ISC standards, integration into a lot of the the leading networks. A lot of the, the major RFCs and so forth that need to be supported are supported. We support WebRTC, and we use that by combining WebRTC with WebSocket transport into the SIP protocol using the MRF. And it's very easy to create a number of applications which you see here. What I'm really here to talk to you about today is our Access Services Suite. And this Access Services Suite are basically serving the market that I talked about earlier, the developing economies and so forth, these developing economies that don't have the fixed line infrastructure. So the whole idea is to turn, there are a bunch of service-ready solutions that turn a mobile network into a cloud PBX or an IP-centric solution using the SIP network or an IN network infrastructure. Things like video and audio conferencing, Network Auto Attendant, voicemail, cloud ACD, outbound telemarketing, servicing these enterprise customers, which are the high-value customers for these markets as well. Key features of our products, multi-tenancy. Essentially, we have these websites which allow the enterprises to manage them. Those are multi-tenant websites, so they can be put up and each enterprise can manage their solutions individually. Self-service web portals, provisioning of the portals and services, managing those portals and services, of course, reporting, script management, and a diameter charging interface for monetizing all this. Solution looks something like this. The two big components here you see in the blue box, the top blue boxes there, our application server, which has the service creation environment that I was pointing to earlier, and the database server and web provisioning, which has the web provisioning and management. Those are the websites that I was talking about earlier. And everything, this is a very simple diagram, but it's essentially a very simple IMS type architecture. So some of the solutions out there, the conferencing. Conferencing basically really draws upon and is really expected to have now the any device to any device conferencing. And a big key to that we see is WebRTC. So WebRTC helps to offer the any device to any device access to the platform. We have a number of tier 1 operators which are working with us on this now, especially if they're doing a triple or quad play, so they want every device from TVs to laptops to tablets to the mobile phone to be able to access the video conferencing. And of course, WebRTC is something that we're showing. We were actually hoping to show here at the exhibition, but we're also limited a bit by the bandwidth and that is available. But it's a full service platform. It has the websites available to manage the multiple types of communications and so forth, and also to manage active conferences. So we can do things like move people around, reposition, and so forth. And the enterprises can do this, or the managers of the conference. So Apex also has a cloud ACD, so automatic call distribution. So you're able to do also a multi-tenant solution, multimodal as well. So you have voice, video, messaging, and also social media. So we're working with some of our customers in implementing Facebook-type customer care into their call centers. It's really the top call center type application. We offer high-level management and low-level application development and control with the OmniView, which I showed you earlier. It has all of the features you would expect for an administrator interface, dashboards so you can see what's going on, agent interfaces with the pop-up screens and so forth, so your agents can be anywhere. It's a virtual environment. So that's a very popular application. Outbound telemarketing. I mean, marketing, outbound telemarketing, especially in places like Africa and so forth, doing those outbound campaigns, pushing content out is very important. Once again, very easy to use, familiar web interface. And then the application that we were hoping MTN would be here to talk to us talk to you with us about is the Network Auto Attendant. Basically, Network Auto Attendant, again, helping to turn the mobile network into a PBX. You know, it's ideal for, you know, small enterprises with no PBX or using the MNO as a virtual PBX. And it allows small businesses to project a larger image. I deal a lot with small and medium-sized companies in contacts and partners in places like Africa and so forth, and it's difficult. They have a company, but everybody's on their mobile phone. They're all separated, and it's hard to get a hold of them. This allows them to project that larger image. This is what basically an enterprise would use to set up their routes and to upload their voice prompts for an auto attendant application. Very simple, very easy to use, something that any enterprise can do, and basically turning that enterprise customer into the person using the API, if you consider a website an API, and it helps broaden out. So this can be, of course, branded. So this is what the MTN website looks like. And when MTN came to us with this, or our local partner with MTN, basically they had an urgent need because this is a popular service, and some of their competitors were starting to roll this out. They really needed to roll it out quickly. And once they did roll it out, we were given, you know, this within a few weeks. Basically, they were running full page ads in some of the major newspapers in Nigeria. So no pressure, but with our service creation environment and with this architecture, we basically designed and deployed this within 2 months. It was basically integrated with an Ericsson IN and integrated with their VPN and the MTN web provisioning infrastructure. And within 6 months after getting this, they had 1,000 enterprises online. Now, 1,000 enterprises, don't think 1,000 mobile phone partners and so forth. Each one of those enterprises has multiple phones and so forth, and those are the high-value phones. So we've gone on, we've enhanced it with voicemail and enhanced routing, and it's been a smashing success. So, sorry, I'm losing my voice, so I'm going to wrap up here. Apex has a platform which is robust, flexible, and allows our partners and our customers to get new products to market fast. We'd love to work with you, and after I get a glass of water, I'd love to, I got some over here, talk to more of you and see if there's any places we can work together. Okay, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Kent. So any questions for Kent? One I'll ask, because it's a trend I'm seeing in both the Senate Mobile presentation, where we had Dialogue doing some very interesting things in making money with WebRTC and having templates, so it's very easy to be able to sort of use services, which WebRTC is part of the solution. And you do a lot of work in emerging markets. Well, I mean, around the world, but particularly in emerging markets. I'm interested to, do you see significant demand coming out of emerging markets on WebRTC?
There's interest.
Okay.
I don't know that there's interest and frustration. The frustration coming from the browser support that's there right now. But we see a lot of interest on especially things like video conferencing, which we'll have to see if the infrastructure supports it.
Well, a lot better than ISDN.
But we're working to optimize that, and we've done some things with our video conferencing with our WebRTC that helps to optimize that so it's lower bandwidth on the browser side.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much, Ken. That was an excellent presentation.
Thank you.